Last month, I was reading a post on Facebook about Thomas Merton. The sentences that caught my eye were, Thomas Merton said, "We are bodies of broken bones." I guess I've always known, but never fully considered that being broken is what makes us human. I copied these two sentences to my computer, planning to use them in this meditation. And then George Floyd died at the hands of 3 policemen. This enlivened a worldwide proclamation, Black Lives Matter. I watched as people of color who had long withheld telling their life stories began to speak, and white people like me began to listen and hear their stories for the first time. Unspoken, unwritten history became present, became real, became believable, became part of our country's history, became part of my history and my understanding. These histories, these lives became part of how white people like me understood who we are and what we do. My wife Donna recently finished reading Brian Stevenson's book, Just Mercy. I had heard good reviews and decided to read it while we were vacationing on the Jersey Shore in June. I had been intellectually aware of some of the issues associated with people of color in the criminal justice system in the southern states, but did not have a visceral connection that I found in reading Just Mercy. By the time I finished reading the book, anger and disgust invaded my previously comfortable intellectual awareness. This morning, I heard that Representative John Lewis of Georgia died. I tearfully watched as the Today Show told the story of his life, a life dedicated to loving one's neighbor, even when that neighbor beats you into unconsciousness while you march in a peaceful demonstration seeking voting rights for blacks. I left the television to sit at my computer to write. I called up the copied Merton and Googled "Bodies of Broken Bones" to find the title of Merton's book. I found an article written by Mia Pratt Clark on her website of May of 2018, quoting Merton, she began by writing, "I just finished reading Just Mercy by Brian Stevenson," as did I. Pratt Clark wrote that the following quote on page 288 dramatically stood out for her. It is this: "My years of struggling against inequality, abrasive power, poverty, oppression, and injustice have finally revealed something to me about myself. You cannot effectively fight abusive power, poverty, and inequality, illness and oppression or injustice, and not be broken by it." The writer Thomas Merton said, "We are bodies of broken bones." I guess I've always known that, but never fully considered that being broken is what makes us human. We all have our reasons. Sometimes we're fractured by the choices we make. Sometimes we are shattered by things we would never have chosen. But our brokenness is also the source of our common humanity, the basis for our shared search for comfort, meaning, and healing. Our shared vulnerability and imperfection nurtures and sustains our capacity for compassion. We have a choice. We can embrace our humanness, which means embracing our broken natures, and the compassion that remains our best hope for healing. Or we can deny our brokenness, forswear compassion, and as a result, deny our own humanity. End quote. We do have a choice. Choice in human life is a gift from God, enabling us to become more fully human. Merton said that the brokenness binds us together in community. To embrace our brokenness leads to fuller life. To deny it leads to dark places. So my thought for this meditation, I invite you to affirm, we are bodies of broken bones. I invite you to realize and embrace our common humanness. All the labels and indicators of separation speak of our willingness to deny our brokenness. Understand that embracing brokenness as a common bond moves us to compassion, love, and acceptance. It carries us past labels that define, categorize, demean, self-elevate, and separate. If brokenness is common to all, no person has permission to place themselves above another. No one. Our brokenness shapes our very separation. To be more fully human, we need to acknowledge our brokenness, knowing we cannot place ourselves above others. Today we live in a unique time of transition that offers us an opportunity to live out the message of the gospel, to fulfill our baptismal vows, and to be Christ in the world in a very real way. May we as Christians so move with compassion in our common brokenness as to bring fuller life to the many around us. Please choose courage. I invite you to love your neighbor.